So what is going on, guys? I'm Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be learning more about the zombie storyline in Black Ops Cold War. This time though, about the events that went down in Miami. We know the campaign and zombies are linked together. This is also tied into a character we've recently been introduced to, who is Stitch. And from the intel you can pick up in the onslaught mode, we're going to find out how all of this ties together. So as always, if you go into enjoy today's video by the end, don't forget to drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. But let's get into it. Here we go and enjoy. So in the onslaught map Miami, just like all of the other onslaught maps, there are 3 documents that you can pick up. These usually tell you how the zombie outbreak began on each and every one of these maps and the experiences the people in the area had. So the first document we find on Miami is called Late Checkout, and it says, "I don't know how much longer I will survive, so I'll make this brief. My name is David Martinez, and I have worked at the Blackwood for 5 years. I started in valet, got a job at the front desk before rising to front office supervisor. After many hours of fighting these things, I am the last of the Blackwood staff. I am hiding now in the hotel lobby closet, waiting for rescue that I fear will never come. I empty the staff vending machine, but my snack supply is rapidly dwindling. There are a few things I'd like to say to my former colleagues. To Dexter, assistant controller, thank you for being kind to me. You helped me get my first job at Blackwood and supported me throughout. I know we had talked about transferring me to accountants receivable, but it was not to be. To Wiley, assistant engineering manager, before all this happened, you always kept to yourself. But when it mattered, you were brave enough to be there for the rest of us. Your knowledge of Blackwood's extensive layout saved countless lives. I wish you had been spared your terrible fate. To Lindsay, sous chef, you're the finest dessert chef I know. While it's true your creme brulee knew no equal, it was your Tereja that truly transcended time and space. Also, thank you for teaching me how to weaponize a cooking blowtorch. I had never imagined I would see so many heads on fire. To Pablo, spa locker attendant, that bud from Cali is still the best damn grass I ever had. Shit had me in a haze for days. To Arlington, assistant front officer manager, you were a sad man. You frequently feared reprisal and reprimand from those above you. As a result, you were cruel to those below you. I only wish I could watch you be torn from limb to limb again. To Bob, Blackwood hotel manager, what you did for this community will never be forgotten. A true hero. And to every guest I ever met in our lovely establishment, you should be kinder to those who work in the service of others. Most of us have come from nothing. We've worked hard to get where we are in life. We are human, just as you are. Or were, before you changed. To Carmen and Anthony, my wife and son, the loves of my life, I hope that you are both safe and have spared this fate. We will meet again in the next life." The second document on Miami is called Taurus Trap, and it reads, "My name is Amber Jackson, and I never thought of myself as the sort of person to write a note like this, but, well, here we are, with me hiding inside Bob's yacht in the harbour. The good news? Those fucking creatures haven't found me in here. The bad? I'm rapidly running out of hamburgers and tequila. The food will be gone before the booze, which is good, because I'll definitely need some liquor courage when I have to make a run for it. As if this tourist season couldn't get any worse. 3 days ago, a giant frickin' hole opened in the middle of Miami Beach. Whatever it was, it seemed to infect a good portion of the local population, causing them to attack and eat the rest of us. Ew. Dana said we should try and hold up at the visitor centre. Sorry Dana. Not sorry Dana. But the last person I trust right now is the person who's been lying to me about the affair she's been having with the tourism board senior manager. Oh yeah, I know Amber stayed stuck behind the front desk while Dana got promoted upstairs. Besides, if my mama taught me anything growing up in the Glades, it's that you can't protect yourself with tourism pamphlets and postcards. You need real guns. I went over to Willie's because we both know he's got that 12 gauge behind the bar. But get this, he'd been infected already. Had to put 2 in him before heading over to the Parama. Things were bad there, but nobody got hit like the Blackwood. By the time I got there, it was more like the fucking black hole. What with the portal opening in the middle of their swimming pool. They even got Alfredo, that hunky lifeguard with the weird nipples. Gotta say, I'm a little surprised the National Guard hasn't rolled in. Feel like this is part of something bigger. Like, what if this is how it starts? What if this is the Soviet invasion? Oh my god, is this like some weird reverse Bay of Pigs, but with cannibal tourists? Anyway, I plan on getting the hell out of here. I'm running out of food, everybody's dead, nobody's seen Bob. Bob's yacht is almost out of gas, but I've heard they keep a couple of fuel canisters over at the Cayman. If I can find it, I can drive this boat the hell out of here. Wait, these things can't swim, can they? Wish me luck. If Amber's going down, she's going down like her mama taught her. Kicking, screaming, drinking, and swinging. And then the third and final document is called 86th, and it says, 2 months ago, my wife divorced me, got the kids, took half my money, and kicked me out. My friend Billy said, move to Florida, it's beautiful year round, go get some sun. So I moved to Miami to get me some sun, and I started working for my cousin Frankie, the owner of Goody's Pub. 1 month later, we get hit by a hurricane, the bar gets destroyed. I put half of what I had left into rebuilding the joint. Bob chipped in, bless his generous heart. So Frankie makes me co-owner. 2 weeks later, Frankie gets eaten by a gator, and the bar's been left in my name. Then, get this, turns out Frankie owed the mob money. So, now I owe the mob money. They showed up, all suited and strapped, and took the rest of what little I had, leaving me with nothing but the bar. And now, on top of everything else, everybody's gone crazy and somehow turned into these crazy freaks. I heard they got stung by killer bees that came down from the Palisades. Word of advice, don't move to Florida. Jerry. So those are all 3 documents we find on the zombie mode for Miami, where we learn of the experiences of multiple different people that were either working here or moved here, like Jerry, that have been living here for a long time. As with most cases of our multiplayer maps being turned into zombies maps, the reason for this is the black hole as they describe it, or the portal, the tear appearing in the sky. As we know, that is the anomaly, the gateway to the dark ether. It appears in these locations and then infects anyone near it. They then turn into the undead and affect everyone else. So that's how the undead outbreak began in Florida. But there is something interesting in the middle of the map of Miami which you may or may not have noticed. Now this isn't specific to zombies, this is also a part of just the regular multiplayer map as well. But the main focus of this map is there is a prison transport bus that has been knocked over. There is a vehicle that has run into it, the correctional bus has tumbled over, and all of the prisoners are nowhere to be seen. So it's pretty obvious that they've escaped. And if we go over to the map Cartel, as a part of the onslaught mode, the zombies mode for that one, yet again, there are 3 pieces of intel. I've already done a full video on that, check it out on the channel if you haven't already. But what I didn't really speak about is there is a note that you can find. It is located in Menendez's house. If you aren't aware of the story of Cartel, this is where the Menendez family stayed and operated. One specific member that you will all know very well is Raul Menendez. He was here at the time of the zombie invasion on Cartel. But as I was saying, inside of the Menendez house, there is a note which you can see right here. And if you read it, it says, "To Jose Luis Menendez, I understand the US is holding an ally of yours. We can secure his release if you agree to us utilising your global shipping and distribution trade routes. I have precious cargo that cannot be disturbed. As goodwill, I know that your friend is scheduled for a prison transport next year, passing through Miami. Regards, Stitch." So it is a letter from Stitch to Menendez telling him that he will free an ally of his from prison, where in return Stitch wants the Menendez family to allow him to use their shipping trade routes so that he can ship some precious cargo that can't be disturbed. And we can see that deal went through because, as I was saying earlier, on Miami there is a prison bus knocked over. The ally of Menendez was on this bus, and Stitch, whether he did it himself or organised other people to do it for him, they crashed into this correctional bus as it was going through Miami and freed the prisoner. We know that in terms of story, Jose Luis Menendez died actually on the same day as Cartel, when that map takes place on May the 21st, 1982. And even though Raul Menendez was involved in the zombie outbreak at Cartel, obviously he escaped because he's in Black Ops 2, so he had to have made it out alive. And as for Stitch, well, after this, the next time we saw or heard from him was in the Season 1 trailer, when he was going after Adler. They confront each other in Pines Mall. Stitch and his group have set up a bunch of Nova 6, and Adler and his team are there to stop him. It could be that the precious cargo Stitch was transporting was this Nova 6 gas. So, there we go. That is all I have for you for today's video. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Drop a like rating. Make sure you guys are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye.